Take two. Okay, so I think this is just gonna be my personal vlog. I want to create a logo for my studio, my personal art studio, called Studio Yoake. And it has been months since I drew by myself, not for work or for studies. So Studio Yoake's logo, I would like to have like a Japanese Korean style ink stamp inspired. I visited South Korea where my sister lives, and we attended a workshop where we carved out our own stamps, ink stamps. And so you can see if I open it, I carved this as well. So they give you a blank slate. It's like a soft stone, and then to get used to the tool that you etch it out in, you make a lot of little tree strokes, and then you can add embellishments like you can't see it really well here, but here there's a moon, and then like a snowy landscape that I carved, and then the date it was carved. So it is 2024, January, March, 30th March 2024. And then here you carved the symbol. So my name is on this, Anya. So I don't think I can use this for my studio because my name is Anya and my studio's name is Studio Yoake. So I will try to replicate it on first a sketchbook and then my iPad to see how I can make it like just like this effect. So I'm gonna stamp it on a paper and then show you and show myself what it looks like, and then I'll try to incorporate that. So I bought this ink at Daiso in Korea too. We were in Seoul, and so there's not any Korean on this, but yeah. Okay, let's try to get the ink. The ink may be dry. It's been a year since I last visited and bought this. So let's see. Luckily I have thick artist paper. Stamp. Oh, there wasn't enough ink on it. But there you can see. I didn't make it like super readable, I think. But if you speak Korean and can read it, then maybe maybe you can figure out that my name stands there. Nice. What am I gonna do? Don't have paper with me. It's fine. I think I'm too scared to live stream. And then make a mistake. That's awkward. I just wanted to make something now because it's been a while since I was inspired. So let me try to stamp it again. Get more ink on it. Come now. But maybe if this video goes well and I'm satisfied with it, then I'll try to live stream so that I don't have to edit. And then I'll try to set up just a better view, like maybe with my phone. I'm recording on my laptop. Now I think the ink's really starting to get dry, but you get the gist. So I had to, there are different types of stamps, so you get the one that's inverted, like this one, where you have to carve out the insides. I don't know how well you can see, but where the light catches, it's all the places I carved there. And then when you can see my symbol where I didn't carve. And then you also get the stamps that are like red with white symbol in the middle. It meant that you only carved out the symbol and not what's around it. So yeah, I had quite a fun time trying to carve out without destroying my symbol. And my sister, she made one for her name. And then this one was a gift from her Korean friends. I actually did a study workshop with them while I was there. And then they gifted me this when I returned home. I was there for 3 months. Oopsie. Put this back. So, yeah, it is this way around. Anya. And so let's try stamping this one. This way. Oh no, the ink is shot. But there you have it. So I have a little collection. I have another one, a third one, that I got in Korea 2 years ago. 3 years? 2022. With my name on it as well, but it's still a secret. And I've never used it before because I'm waiting for something. So okay, so I see that there's a lot of like different forms you can have the stamp in. So there are a lot of round and square and rectangle ones. It can be like very geometric or a bit more free flowy. I quite like the shape of this long stamp. And here you can see I already tried incorporating like some weasels in there. Don't know what is this. It looks like a... Oh, that's cute. It's a cat at the bottom of the seal. That's so cute. Maybe I should just like put in a weasel there instead of a cat. It may be a cat. I've been drawing weasels for a long time, and many people say they look like cats. If that's what the people want. Let's see. Using my special pencil as well from Korea. My sister and I went to a museum, a Gyeongbokgung Palace Museum. I think it was the one in Seoul, but I'll just have to check. So maybe just to avoid overthinking my art, because that's the issue. I got art education and I'm overthinking it. Just to make something simple that I like. So the ink is still wet. Okay. Okay, let's try. Okay. So for now I'm just gonna be crude and do like this. Okay, so the other one, the cat, was more round with a cat here at the bottom. Weasel thing, whatever you want to call it. So the studio's name, Studio Yoake. My home language is Afrikaans and my second language English. I've been trying to learn Japanese. I think like a lot of people and a lot of artists who like Japanese culture. And because my sister lives in Korea, I've started learning a bit of Korean too, but that's like me, not a lot. Okay, so I think just to focus, I'm gonna stop talking. Just draw. Don't know if my hand... This is just to get me started. I don't expect someone to but oh, my laptop went off. Okay. Maybe something with smooth edges. Okay, so do I want something in English or Japanese or Korean? The name for my studio, Studio Yoake, comes from Japanese. Yoake means dawn or a new beginning. I'm like not saying that perfectly, but I just felt like that's the name of my studio that's been on my heart for a long time. And so yeah, okay. Let's try to make it in English. I think I am South African. I'm not Japanese. Okay. I know that what I learned in the workshop is the Koreans like to fill in their circles to make it like a moon. That's kind of cute. I think a lot of people, if you listen to the world, would accuse me of appropriation. So I did a whole study on appropriation and appreciation, and it's a big mix, so I'm not gonna go into that now. I just want to get started, and then draw whatever I want, just to like get my inspiration flowing again. I really wish I had a blank seal to carve my logo in. My sister's coming to visit us in 4 months, so maybe I should just wait for her to come and maybe ask her to bring a blank seal so that I can try carving it myself, because it's very authentic. Or maybe I should just use this one because I am the studio, Anya. So maybe I can like just add Studio Yoake at the bottom and like vectorize this and add Studio Yoake. Studio Yoake. I quite like that. Maybe Studio Yoake. I like this a lot, because I also write a lot of letters to people. I tried origami. I'm not very good. I get too frustrated easily, and I don't like if I make a mistake in one fold and then I have to like, it screws me over like 10 steps down the line. I don't like that. That's why I like drawing and painting. If you make a mistake, you can work with it. I think maybe I'll just do this, and then it takes the pressure off me to nitpick. Okay, so my mind's made up. So I need to like all the extra ink in here I can get. Like really get it in there. Apparently there's also a way to hold the stamp, which is quite exciting. The workshop came with a box, and there were like blue and purple and green ones, and then I snatched the red one. So with the forest carving, you hold your fingers on both sides of the forest carving, and then this finger up this finger, yeah, base finger, you will automatically press down in the right position, instead of you always having to look, oh, which way, and stamp it incorrectly. You can always know this one stamps right. Okay, oh wait, I need this. Okay, please let there be enough ink. This is the only ink I have. I came in so unprepared for this video, but just want to start. It's not doing things. I think the ink's pressing back down on the cushion again. No. Do I have another example? I do. The original first stamp, they actually gave us a paper with some calligraphy on it, so we could we made the stamp, and then while we were busy, the workshop person, the woman who did the workshop, very kind lady, she was Korean, very kind, and so it was very fun, and she guided us a lot too. She asked us to write a message in our language, like English, and then she translated it to Korean and made Korean calligraphy, and then she stamped our stamps like for the very first time. That one has a lot of ink, so let me try to find it quickly. It was here all along. I have a shelf up here. Okay. This. It's in the there. It doesn't glare. There's the nice one. And this line, this one here, is a bit wonky because I actually accidentally cut a bigger piece off than I wanted to. Yeah. So this one also has like the small detail of a stamp that's not yet like shaved. I think the stamps shave a bit down when you stamp it a lot. So these ones that I stamp, they don't have that fine details in it. So that's why I think it gets like shaved off. I'm not sure. Shaved off might not be the right expression, but let us open it. And Cassie and Roxy. Cassie and Roxy are two dogs. They are present for my journaling. Okay. And so here, I actually, those are my two choices that I made. And then I couldn't decide. And then I think it was my sister, I'm not sure, but we decided on this one. And this is the original paper that I had the workshop on. Let me just see if there's any contact details or things I shouldn't show. I don't think I can show this. Okay, so my message is to lovely memories with my sister in South Korea 2024. That's what I wrote down here. I'm not sure if it's the one on here. Wow, these stamps are even more like, let me just, I don't want to fold the paper. Let me just do this. Okay, yeah. You can see a lot more detail. Okay. I think this is special. Okay. Let me take a picture of this. And then we'll see with my phone how it goes. Okay, so first I'm gonna take a picture of, the lighting is not with me today. Take a picture of this one. It's kind of blurry. this one. And then with this one, I think I'll just go with this one because it's on the original card. Okay, do not blur. Okay, got it. Okay. Okay, let me just put this back. I don't like handling the paper on artworks. I love the paper, but I always fear for leaving marks behind, or like accidentally crumpling the paper. But now it's safely back. No harm done. Great. I think many artists are afraid of accidentally trampling their or others' paper, because each artist chooses their paper very specifically and pay a lot for it, also depending on what type of paper. But still, even if it's just a cheaper print, it's always nice to be respectful. So I need to log into Illustrator. This one. I don't have. Oh. Password. There we go. You're all set. Go back to the application, sign in. It's loading. Okay. Hectic. Okay, new file. Okay. Studio. Oh. Yoake logo. Okay. Let's make it A4. It won't really matter because it's gonna make it vector and see how it goes. Then I need to choose a typeface for the body copy, the Studio Yoake body copy. I can sit forever on typefaces. It's so fun. Okay, let's place the image. Photos. It's not. What I like about iPhone and Mac is the ecosystem, so it's automatically uploading from my phone to my Mac now, and I only got a Mac last year, and it's been helping me a lot with the art because of the cross-referencing. My dad's a programmer, so and a lot of programmers really don't like Mac and so, because I think it's just very bad for coding. I'm not sure, don't come for me. But I don't code, I don't use a lot of weird apps. So for me, the ecosystem for transferring my art from one space to another is brilliant. It needs to sync. Why is it not syncing? As I'm basically talking to myself, I already feel a sense of joy in my art again. There it is. Just because it's been such a long time, and I've missed it like a friend, but I'm fighting with it like a friend too. Okay, I have the image on there, so let's crop this image, the big image, just to get the symbol. Okay. Just make a duplicate. Okay, then object. Shape, convert to shape. No, that's not the right one. Image trace. Oh, let me show you. This image is it's not quite there. So you can see between the two. But this was like the first tracing option with no editing at all. You can see here, oh my word, here's a lot of fine detail captured on the ink on paper, and then this one. Okay, so let's try mixing the trace result. Ooh, okay. High fidelity photo. It's not bad, but it's not good. Oh, that's a video. This one. This one is the traced logo. Is it vector? Looks like it. Yeah, the automatic options on Adobe and software in general has begun really to improve a lot. Okay, so let's do another one. Image trace, low fidelity photo. Oh, this is not bad at all. So original, high fidelity photo, low fidelity. So you can see this one is a lot smoother because it has a less different shapes and colors. This is actually very cute. I want my studio to be stress-free, and I like a lot of cutesy things. So, okay, 3 colors. You know what? Let me just outline all the options, and then we can go from there. Okay, just stacking them up against each other. Okay, so then we have 6 colors. Then we have 16 colors. Shades of gray. Image trace, black and white. Oh, the black and white. Laugh. Sketched art. Okay. This is so much fun. It feels like I'm talking to a friend. Do I seem that lonely? Oh, silhouette does not work at all. Line art. Oh. What are they doing? And then the last one. Technical drawing. Okay, let me show you. Or show myself. Yeah. A lot of settings. So, let's see. What I can do is go in with my hand on the iPad. I have Adobe Fresco, and Adobe Fresco gives you a vector brush option, not just raster or live. That's why I've been using Fresco instead of Procreate. But I know that Procreate is like industry standard more than Fresco, I think. That's what I've been hearing in art school. So I think at some point I'd need to learn Procreate better. But the vector kind of hooked me. Okay, let's I just don't want to do the detail. I'm afraid I'm gonna be bogged down on the detail. Okay. Okay, but let's try it. I'm here. Okay, so I have my trusted metal, whatever this is, stand. And then I have my iPad Pro 2020 edition. I got this in my second year, but we don't get the 2021 one because then I would have waited a few weeks more. And in second year, in the first term, it was really dire that I could have some sort of tablet, and we didn't. We have a phrase, goedkoop is duurkoop. It's Afrikaans. It means if you buy a lot of cheap things, it's actually very expensive in the long run. So for me, whose livelihood is basically my iPad and my laptop, more so than my iPad, is that we buy something that's gonna last, that's industry standard for its goal, and it is a luxury. Many students went for iPad Air, and that's also a lovely tool. The space on my iPad is just such a nice size. So yeah, I play Genshin Impact. So this is my iPad. Okay, let's go to Fresco and then try to trace it. But I'm gonna be running for the hills back to Illustrator if I realize I'm gonna be bogged down on the detail and stress about it. I already feel a bit of stress just because my Amy or my amygdala is screaming at me. But I think it's worthwhile to go into your logo. Okay, so I'm just gonna do, you can't see it. I'm gonna do this. Okay, there we are. Okay. Basic taper. Okay, wait, I want this lined up. Oh, that's the wrong one. Big. So this is my border. Oops. I want the corners to line up. So what's nice is there's a distort option, because obviously I didn't take a perfect photo angle on my phone. But that's what makes us artists. We do stuff without a care in the world, maybe sometimes. No, it's alright to not be perfect. It's what gives it authenticity. This doesn't wanna do things. It's good enough. Okay, now that I know it's kind of square, kind of, I'm gonna go in with a color. Let's mimic red. Okay, and then let's see how freehand goes first. This jitter is too much. Oh, it's still too much. Smoothing higher. Okay. Smoothing a bit low-ish. You see, there's a lot of jittering. Yeah, you can even see on the screen that I can't quite quickly replicate with this line. I don't know if a logo is supposed to be like small and zoomed out, so, but it does communicate a different vibe if it's more jittery or not, so it makes a difference. So let's try on this side to jitter a bit more. I'm not tracing 100%, just seeing where it gets me. This is already much better. You see, this one, maybe both are nice. To have one more jittery than the other side. Maybe I should just do this once. Otherwise I'm gonna do it too many times and not get on with my life. Okay. I think talking to myself like this, it feels less lonely. I'm really not lonely in life, but when I'm drawing, I can feel quite lonely when I struggle with my art. So this actually is farther than I got in months. Okay, let's fill it in and then, whoa, that's big. I don't want that. And see, oh, this is such a nice color. Jitter should be roundness, angle, begin taper, not that taper. What's this? Nice. I don't have to struggle with the tapering when I have a border. Ta-da! Oh, I'm getting married in 3-4 months. I'm very excited. My fiance is also an artist. We met in our first year. Sweetest man on earth. And like, he's brilliant. Maybe this is too much. Yeah, you see, this is getting to be too much, I think. But now the question is, do I think, not what anyone else thinks, do I think that if I use just the Illustrator tracing function, would I think my logo is authentic enough, is hand-drawn enough? I think it's okay, let's start again without all the nitty-gritty details, because I don't think that vibe works. So let's just try to go a bit smoother, just a bit more. That maybe, I'm not sure. Let's just do it. Just do it. what I like about my fiance is we're both artists, and he's very secure in his art. And our styles are so different from one another that we can't compete. Because artists competing with each other is a real thing. But we look at each other's art and we're like, I would have never done this or that, or go about it this way. So, it's always so nice talking to him about my art. And his, you have to, as artists, we have to cross-pollinate, otherwise we're going to stagnate. That's what I see in my workplace. We are 2 design groups, and we need to get ideas from one another. And like, I'm young, and the head designer in my team, she has a lot of industry like experience, but I'm young, and so she teaches me her industry experience, what works and what doesn't, because it's my first industry job. I studied until up until last year, and what I bring to the table is new ideas and other thinking. It also helps that I'm an illustrator in a design job, because my brain is automatically hardwired differently than just the graphic designers. Illustration is my first love, and I took graphic design as a second major because I wanted to be skilled in both fields because they complement each other so nicely. So for example, now I can create a better logo because I have my hand-drawn authenticity, and I want to place Studio Yoake in a nice typeface that fits. And how would I, as an illustrator, I think illustrators know, I think any creative can see what works on an artwork, but the design knowledge I have will place me in, okay, let's go search a typeface. What properties does this typeface have that will complement the illustration I'm making, and in which layout and in which formats will I use the logo? That is my design knowledge coming to the forefront to support my illustration. And I've seen it, a lot of designers wish they could draw, and a lot of illustrators wish that they could design a bit better. So yeah, but I think if you have any sort of creativity in you, and I think all people are creative, just in various levels, then we kind of know, don't know if I'm making sense. So yeah, the cross-pollination, I mean, there are people in my field, like, that were in my classes, that made art that I'm like, I would have never thought about that. And in my honors year, the past 2 years, in South Africa we get honor degrees, which is our 4th year of our bachelor degrees. It's the second step before we go to masters. Like I heard overseas, they go from a 4-year degree to masters. We have usually 3-year degrees, 1-year honors, and then masters. I did my honors degree over 2 years, and it was very tough. But I met a lot of people, like at art university, different styles, different ideologies, and to appreciate someone's art, I don't have to agree with their ideology, but I can see how they thought about something, and I can gain something from that. Even in our honors year, that's what I wanted to say. in our honors year, we were in a class with different professions. So we had product design, screenwriting, graphic design, illustration, UX, UI design, the works, 3D animation, and so the lecturers wanted us to be aware of in our mix classes is you can even learn from someone in a different profession. And I really saw that happening in my brain, and in those around me. Like we cross-pollinated as creatives, and that's very exciting, and that I really miss that from studying, because I'm now in a more limited environment. So yeah, that was a ramble. I've never been that patriotic, but I really miss my university because it was such a rich environment of just art. Maybe this is still too detailed. No, I think I think this is the right amount of detail. You know what? I can always do another logo. I know it's not ideal, but I can always refine it and change it. It's because so what? Whatever. I'm not aiming to make a $1 million franchise that people have to recognize one logo forever and ever and ever. So that takes the pressure off of me to make something perfect at the get-go, because that's not gonna happen. Also, this logo, Anya from Studio Yoake. Okay, so these indents and these indents, do I like them? Okay, let's do the whole logo, and then I will decide if I need to like rein in the detail work or not. Let's start there. Compartmentalize. Okay. Smaller brush. 1.5. Like the jitter brush is amazing, but like it gets a bit out of control too. Not sure. Whatever. My sister's been listening to the song Good Morning Pineapple. It's I can't remember from who started it, but it's like a remix. So funny. Maybe in post-production I'll just put like a Spotify thing on the screen with the song. And I have no idea what the copywriting entails, the copyright strikes and so. But we'll get there when we get there. Also, another big thing, apart from cultural and art appropriation, that's a big thing, is plagiarism. Art plagiarism. So how can one go around being inspired, because we are artists? It's in our blood to see and create. How can we as artists just be so afraid of creating because of social pressure? And I do understand that some plagiarisms and some appropriations, they really can do a culture harm. But at the other end of the spectrum, culture is not pure, and it's ever evolving, and it's built on other cultures and ideas. So, what was my point? Yeah, these points are all part of my study that I did. point is be inspired and love culture, love people. I'm like Asia obsessed, like a lot of artists. But yeah, whatever. Yeah, I made this with my sister. Like, the Koreans, from my experience, they want us to experience their culture. And so the lady who hosted the workshop, surely she wouldn't have hosted the workshop if she didn't want us to experience her culture. And it's not just her, it's like all over South Korea. South Koreans are very open to teaching foreigners about their culture, and they're very excited about it in the times I've seen it. I do know that I'm talking from an outside perspective as a South African. So I may be talking rubbish. But yeah, that was my experience in South Korea. I visited there 2 years ago for 3 weeks, and then last year for 3 months. And then when you live there for 3 months, you kind of like delve into the culture a bit more. I think this is too detailed. I wanted to get this done today so that I don't chicken out and only try to chicken out and only do this again in 4 months. This is too detailed. Is it though? Oh, I love the authentic detail. It's almost like the ink is splattering already. But like, is it cutesy? Does it need to be cutesy? Does this seem more formal? And yet, the thing is, I can do whatever I want. Oh, why is this pixelated? No, that's not right. Oh, it was made into raster. I don't want that. Just do it. Just do it. Okay. Oh yeah, so using this as my logo from an outsider of the Korean culture, there's a lot of discussion we can have about it. A lot of viewpoints and reasons, and good reasons for different viewpoints. I'm not too worried about it because it has a very special memory doing it with my sister, and it was a cultural experience. So I once did an artwork that talked about the idea of, is it enough for an artist to visit a culture and portray it and thus represent it in their artwork, expecting to be showing a true version of the culture? I think automatically if you're from outside the culture, you can't 100% fully understand that culture, and thus how can you really represent that culture if you're not born into it, if you don't live there? So I think I have a lot of knowledge on Asia just because I've been like, not obsessed. I just started loving the culture in high school. I think that's where a lot of people start learning about Asia, Japan and Korea. So a lot of university students too. This looks a bit grunge, not gonna lie. There it is, the dissatisfaction. I've been having such a good time. up until now. I think I just need to complete it and then decide between this one and the illustrated trace option. I think that's a good one. I'm almost done, Anya. I'm not particularly tired after today's work. I work full time. And then I do karate. I teach karate to the most adorable white belts on Wednesdays. And then I have a lot of other activities throughout the week too, which gives me energy. But I'm tired. It was after karate I came home and then got ready to sit down and make this video. Before karate, I don't think I'd do it. So this is a spur of the moment. This is way too detailed. I want to complete it. I don't think so. Maybe just do it. I can always conclude with the two, because I see it's already been 3, 2, 1, 57 minutes, which is a long time, especially for a viewer. But what me and Rikas like to do is to put channels on the background while we work on something else. I think a lot of people do that. That's why like ASMR and long like countryside vlogs like thrive, because people put it on in the background. So I'm just gonna ask Rikas and show him after I upload the video. I'm gonna upload it just like that, so that I can tell him too, because he also needs to he has a big dream. He needs to start his channel. To say, hey, ha, I did it before you, liefie, as jy luister. Ek's baie jammer. Jy's te oulik en jou fiancé het dan dit vir jou gedoen. So kry jy gat en rat. Nee, wat ek spot net bietjie. Ek het nie gedink ek gaan so baie praat nie. I didn't think I'd talk this much. My voice is already getting a bit dry and sore from talking this much. Yep. I don't think it's working. It's like this. Maybe. Stick it out. Yeah, the thing about the plagiarism, that's big. That's a very big issue. So there are a lot of different ways to make art, a lot of different ways to mix art and elements and symbols and ideas, colors and compositions and styles. So that I know there's a very basic graph of plagiarism avoidance. It's like there are these 4 corners. The one is style, the other one is color, the third one is idea, and the fourth one is composition, I think. I tried to find that one and maybe put it up on the video. And generally, and this is very surface level, if you only copy one of these from an artwork, you're in the clear. When you copy 2 of the 4, then you're starting to be a bit on thin ice with plagiarism. When you have 3 out of the 4, then you really need to discern whether or not you're actually plagiarizing, because then it gets a real possibility. 4 out of 4, it's not 100% you are now plagiarizing, but the odds are that you are like very big. So in art school, most of the plagiarism was the focus on plagiarism was in our academic texts. Like we had quarterly academic writing we had to do, and so citation and referencing and giving recognition to your sources is a very big thing, but it was a bit less in our practical projects. So unless it was blatant plagiarism, there wasn't a very big emphasis on it. I almost dare to say they wanted us to explore and learn rather than just to try and not plagiarize. I'm not sure. So there are a lot of my artworks that I think is is quite close to plagiarism, but yet not, because our project briefs were so different. So by default, the idea that we wanted to portray is very different. And then our artist styles come in, etc., etc. There are a lot of artworks that I don't think I'd really commercialize, because it feels a bit too close to home for the image I referenced. Yeah, so but I think I would definitely like to learn from other artists. So what do artists do to learn? They copy, and then they learn about art principles through copying another's work. But then I think you'd have to be careful not to label it as your own and really give due recognition and reference to the artist you copied. So for example, it's different if I do a tutorial by an artist, and you can see in the video I'm doing this artist tutorial, versus, because that artist obviously made the tutorial so that you can copy and learn. But if I were to see a picture maybe on Pinterest, I think everyone loves Pinterest, to say maybe on YouTube, on a stream, I am going to copy this, I want to learn, then I think still quite a few people might see that as a bit dodgy. I'm not sure. I think the art community needs to have grace for each other too. I think too many people also go to the other end of the spectrum and bang, like attack, if that's the right word, artists for plagiarizing or like cultural appropriation, which I also don't think is the right approach. I think each situation is different and needs to be handled differently, but unfortunately online that's not going to be the case with many people. And that's why being an artistic content creator is like a very big job, because I have to deal with copyright infringement and plagiarism strikes and what. So I take my hat off to the big content creators. There's a lot of content creators, especially in the art realm, that I think of, that I've done tutorials of and who have influenced me. Yeah, take my hat off to them. Okay, this one is almost done. There's a lot of dots, a lot of speckles. Okay, this one is like very high render. Okay, last big one. Wie gaat ons? So yeah, I don't have like grand plans for my channel. I just wanna document my art like an artist book for myself, because it's been too long since I've had a journal. I have a writing journal, but not an art journal. And an art journal, it's weird. When you make one and there's a few sketches in it, like the blank pages are filling up, then you start being protective of your journal and proud. And I especially think about in my high school years, where I drew so much and was so proud of my journal and had it like in my bag and on my desk, and it's like always the secretive friend that keeps me company and that I'm excited to return to. I haven't had that in many years, which is, I know, very bad for an artist. Like, there's a lot of advice for artists to have a journal, and I think that's one of the biggest merits of why it's good to have an artist journal. It's so that the artist heart can feel safe and create and be excited to create, because look at what they've already done. I think if I can just vlog it, even just for myself, then maybe I'd come to treasure my work again like I did in high school. I'm hungry. I haven't had dinner yet, and it's 6 to 9 in the evening. I am hungry. Bekoppa. Yeah. Already, just talking to myself and documenting this process, I am already feeling a sense of like closeness to my art. So it's already started doing its job. And I can yap forever about karate and martial arts in general. But I think that is a tangent for another day. If I start now, yeah, it's never going to end. Next time I'll have like tea or juice next to me. I don't have anything with me. I was just like, if I don't do this now, I'm gonna do it in 4 months, maybe later. So I came hardly prepared. Oopsie, that's too much. But this is okay. This is fine. It's good enough. Okay, last one. And please, anyone who's watching this, my nails are very weak and broken. And I can't like put on pretty gel because I do karate and it needs to be very short, and I don't upkeep my nails that often for me to justify getting gel again and again and again. I would like to maybe try the not the press-ons, but you get these sticker press-ons that I can maybe file, but I don't know how long they last. But maybe on days I feel particularly ratchet with my nails, I'd try that. Okay, we're done. Okay, so this is it's very detailed. That's actually very nice. So here is the photo. It's actually so close to the, not the photo, the stamp. It's actually so close. And I'm so glad to be using this again. I treasure it. Okay. I think the next time I'm gonna just like compare the two. Like let me just whoa. Like wow. Compare these, which was Illustrator's tracing function, just as is without any tweaking to it, and this one that I drew with my hand. But yeah, so for example, this one's a lot friendlier, these ones, than this one. So I will sleep on it. Okay, so I'm concluding the video on 1 hour 13 minutes 43 seconds. It's my first video. Okay, have a good day, wherever you are, whoever you are, and I really hope that if you find yourself stuck in a position where I am, that you actively try to rekindle your relationship with your art, coming from someone who hasn't done it in a very long time. But yeah, okay.